Just imagine 400 plus years ago, 1620, this river would have been thriving with the Creek Indians, the original people of this land, where unknown outside beings arrived. There can't have been a single house standing. It would have been such a eerily odd moment to have landed here. The first settlers of America. But nobody's here to understand the history, its foundation, its steps that it's taken, the brave men and women who sailed across the mighty ocean at the time on a sailing ship, finding themselves in an unknown land space, or the land mass, what we know of today as America. It is poignant, it is incredible how much has gone on in the last 400 years, from 1620 or 1635 to now, and in the last 248 years since the Declaration of Independence, or the declaration of the signing of the Constitution of America in 1776. In 2025, it's another renewal of that 1776 ideals that was founded on this land because of taxation, because of tariffs that brought this nation to its independence and the glory of a new world that we found ourselves to practice our freedom, our rights, and all of those, the free speech, the freedom of expression, freedom of exploring. Should we now bring about the self-conscious, responsible, meaningful way of exploring our existence on this planet and leave somewhat wonderful legacy behind for the next generation and more generations thereafter, to journey through this experimental new world that we all call America. At the same time, nobody seems to know the history, the tradition, how it was founded, why it was founded, the religious liberties, the religious expressions. What was the independence from the monarchy, independence from the religious persecutions, all of those different things. I'm not a theologian, I'm not a politician, I'm no anyone. I'm absolutely nothing. And became almost an everything. And that is what I am, not identified by anything. And I was kept a great company, at least about 5 miles of this stretch of the A1, by a beautiful dog that I had to keep a tab on because the drivers on the highway thought that it was mine. I had no leash, I had nothing. He kept company along the entire way here. And neighbors have seen me screaming down to the drivers, asking to slow down and to try and keep the dog alive. It's incredible. And with this sort of beautiful day here, the sun rose from the east, looking out to that inlet. It's the mighty Atlantic Ocean, where our great ancestry started to explore the possibilities of their new experiment for freedom and expression, free speech, freedom of exploring the possibilities as a human being on earth. I hope this new revival of this nation continue. My videos are not being watched or heard of. People go around making videos for their own selfish, greedy aspirations of viewership and subscriptions. I do videos to speak in the most expressive and feelingful inner feeling. I'm no news, I'm no strategist, I'm no guru. I'm just a humble piece of life that happens to traverse through my own self-determination to see and feel what it would have been to be here 400 years ago. Who would our ancestors in the past have met when they arrived on this land? What dangers did they face along the way? And all of those questions. I don't read books. I don't want to know history in the way that it's written. I want to feel the history, being part of this very land. Sat on the top of Parker River, may I say, thank you, existence, for allowing me to come this far. There's no buses, there's no tours. There are no taxis or Ubers I took. I used my feet just to feel how our ancestors would have felt getting here. My path, my journey here was easy. There's a walkway along this A1 route from Newbury Station, Newburyport Station, train station, and it took me an hour and 50 minutes to walk down to the river. Fascinating. Thank you very much indeed for this wonderful creator's opportunity for me to experience this space all by myself, surrounded by the nature and life. And there's wonderful, life-giving energy behind me.